First off, Jack Vell, taking part in training today. Is it looking good for tomorrow?
Yeah, we're looking okay with Jack. He felt his groin on Saturday, and with his the injuries we have on the front line at the minute, I thought it was too risky to keep him on. He might have got through it, but then we might have lost him, and so I just think it was a tough change to make. But we needed to see how he is, and he's recovered okay, and he got through a training session today. So we'll see how he reacts again tomorrow morning.
And everybody else come through all right from the weekend?
Yeah, everybody else is fit and healthy from the weekend, which is great. Because we need to keep those body fit at the minute. We're looking after people as much as we can, and the medical team are working hard to stay on top of that.
In terms of learning about your team, can you learn anything from one game, or do you have to take it over a period of games before you can make a real judgment about Lincoln?
I think there's a difference between learning and judgment. I think definitely learn all the time about the players and the team they are, and how they deal with different situations. But in terms of making judgments, I still think it's really early, because it's the very first game of how we got into, and it's a very different game to Stevenage. So it's the very first game of how we might want to try and play, but also how naturally players play the game. So learning and judgment slightly different for me, but definitely learnings.
And I was talking to Lass about a new head coach coming in and trying to put your principles into the training and match play, and how difficult it can be sometimes for players to get away from what they're used to in terms of how they've been playing for a number of months. Yeah,
for sure. They're not robots. I keep saying that. They're human beings, and I'm trying to implement stuff and implement different way. Not right, not wrong, but the way we think we should play as a club, and that's going to take time. We've really been I've been in a week, and me and Tom's been working together for a week now, and that's probably only really 2 main sessions. The rest have been match prep sessions like today, where you can't do a lot with them other than preparing for what's to come tomorrow. So really we've only had 2 proper, what I call principal gameplay sessions of how we want to play, and the rest have been preparing for opposition. And for the next couple of weeks, that's what it's going to be with 2 game weeks. So it's really difficult to get tactical information into them. So like you say, we can only work on principles really.
Set pieces is a huge part. I know you've talked about recently. How much is it about the attacking set pieces as well as the defending as well from Saturday?
Set pieces are a huge part of the game. At any level, the set pieces are a huge part of the game. The restarts, the throws, the corners, defending them, attacking them. I think I can't remember less stats, but it's something like 33% of goals come from set pieces. So we have to improve. We have to improve our defensive set pieces. We have to improve our attacking set pieces. But I know Scotty, our goalkeeping coach, and myself are looking at those at the minute. I'm trying to get a gauge of what they've been doing. But yeah, we have to. That's an area we need to focus on and concentrate on, because it's an area we've got to improve in.
And how difficult has it been sometimes in modern day football to invent set pieces and then to do that set piece again and again, because of the fact that every game is videoed, you've got scouts all the time, it gets put up on the internet. How difficult is it to not spend so much time working on one routine that then you use it once and that's it's gone?
I think there's a fine balance between giving the players something new and they don't perform very well, and giving some players old and they perform it very well, but opposition can scout it. So I think getting that balance right with set pieces is really, really important. But I think you have to be inventive, especially with the attacking set pieces. And like anything, you have to try and look after your own defensive stuff, but compromise their weaknesses in attacking set pieces. So when we build set pieces, we have to really think about whether they're a zone, whether they're man for man, and try and pick off where we think we can be effective.
Leyton Orient, a game obviously we played not so long ago, and a good footballing team, certainly.
A really good footballing team. Richie Wellens has gotten really playing some really nice football. Completely different games to Saturday, and I think that's one of the beauties of football. You can play different oppositions with different identities, so it'll be a different challenge for this group. So I've seen them in a challenge of one style, and I think I'm going to see them in a challenge of another style, and probably get even more learnings from these 2 games, which will be great. But yeah, they're playing really well at the moment, and they're going really strong, and definitely a good possession-based team.
And with the only game in League One being this one, I guess it's a chance to make a statement in terms of that league table. Yes, it's only 1 game, but you can close that gap on the top 6.
I think so. It's another opportunity for us to go again and try and go after 3 points. I think one of the challenges we've probably faced is not many. Leyton didn't play on Saturday, where we do. So there's a real challenge with playing Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, when other League One teams aren't playing. So physically for us it's a bit of a challenge. It surprised me coming in, because a lot of teams are on an international break but we're playing. So I think in a weird kind of way it's not great for us, because we're going game, and other teams are going that week off. So Leyton Orient are going to be fresh. We're coming off the back of a really tough game, so it's going to be really, really tough. But at the same sense, if it turns out positive, which we hope it does, then it's 3 points on the board.
And how do you balance that ability of looking after tomorrow night, but also thinking that you've got another game coming up on Saturday against another team that are going to be very fresh?
For me, it's about looking at the game to try and win 3 points, but also looking at the physical load that the players are doing from Saturday to Tuesday to Saturday and trying to make some tweaks if it needs tweaks in order to try and freshen the team up a little bit without compromising the 3 points. We have to try and go after 3 points all the time.